Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Living Well or Trying to. I'm your host, Janet. As you can see, if you are watching on video, I am in a new setting. I'm in my new apartment. I'm not quite sure how the acoustics are here yet, so I'm sorry if it's a bit echoey. But nevertheless, I wanted to thank you for tuning in to another episode. This week's episode is actually going to be the second part of a conversation that I had with Sora Lee. If you haven't already, go back and watch last week's episode where we had the first part of our convo. But let me tell you a little bit about Sora if you haven't watched last week's episode yet. She caught my attention because she is currently working on a mission to elevate women in beauty. The beauty industry is so heavily focused on women. Women are the largest consumer base for cosmetics and beauty brands and all of these things. And yet still within the business of beauty, most of the people in power are men. And I thought it was really fascinating that this is a problem that she's working towards wanting to solve, and specifically coming at it from the perspective of an Asian American woman who has worked in some very large tech companies in some very high positions. She was also on a reality TV show called Life After Divorce. And if you are not only a woman, but come from the Asian cultural background, you know that that is a very loaded kind of topic and space to be in. And I just feel like she has such an interesting perspective as someone who was on that show and shared some very deep, meaningful experiences. So check out episode 1 if you haven't already, where we started our convo. In today's episode, we dive into some outrageous work stories, navigating identity as an Asian woman, the power of saying no to unpaid labor, and why she wants every woman around her to get rich. It's a pretty fun episode. I feel like Sora says things that I think and wouldn't really dare to say out loud, and I love that she is doing it. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Thank you so much.
Like, it was gonna be just 5 people. Very difficult to find anyone, and I don't think there was anyone from San Francisco area anyways.
Yeah.
And it's not a reflection of my value as a woman. It's
Right.
just you didn't have a match.
Yeah.
But the divorce was very raw at the time.
Yeah.
And to that basketball thing, when we were driving, this is not shown on the show, but I had a email from my lawyer, which made me feel more depressed at that time. So that's what I was going through.
impacted. Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like looking around, like no one's having this difficult of a divorce here, at least.
Yeah.
And they're like coupling up there and there. It's like, what am I not doing?
Yeah.
Why am I going through this when I feel like I've worked so hard in my life?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what made me feel, a little bit sad or left out.
Yeah.
But I think it's all fine. I think I needed to go through that. I'm really grateful for the experience. It was
Yeah.
very therapeutic, and it was such a, like, you need to like sometimes like break and really reset to,
Yeah.
okay, like I'm done crying. I've cried so much. Now
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm ready to like collect myself again and get back out there
Yeah.
and then take on life. So I think I couldn't have asked for a better experience.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I think I have a very lesser intense experience, but as someone who has like a public platform, I did share very openly. I was in a relationship and then it didn't work out. And I've now kind of like learned to figure out what my boundaries are when I talk about like my dating life. But I know what it's like to feel like a little bit revealed and vulnerable to share something so personal so publicly. And even if it's like, you wanted to, you were in the right and it was your choosing to do so. There is something about the experience of kind of going through the healing and a breakup in like as you're experiencing it, to be sharing it with people. So like for you, I know you've shared like that was a really painful experience, but like what other aspects do you feel like you've gleaned from that? Like going back, would you do it again?
Yes, I would do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if there's any reality shows casting for things, I'm down.
Yeah.
But I think I wouldn't have done it any other way other than like hair and makeup. Like I was very Korean American. Like my eyebrows, like I thought I was worm tone, and like I should have let them just like doll me up like the very Korean way, which is kind of what I've been dressing lately. But other than like the look, I don't think I would have done anything differently. But I think part of the reason I went on the show and part of the reason that maybe why I got selected was because I'm different. I don't look like a typical abused woman. I'm not saying there's a image of someone, but like you typically think of someone who has no economic power or someone who's looks a certain way.
Yeah.
And I don't think I fit that description.
Right.
And I actually found out through my own journey that there's a lot of women like me who are high performing, highly empathetic, and highly competent because we are taught to work hard to change things. Everything is in your control without thinking, I just didn't want to give up. And I didn't want to be seen as a failure, which is what delayed my divorce. I was scared of what the public, as in like my friends and family, would think of me. Because I like the fact that I got married so young, I own homes, I drive nice cars, and like all these like stupid external things that I felt like I needed because I'm so young and actually insecure. That was a part of the reason that I delayed it so long. And I kind of wanted people to see, yes, like from like my friends, like my Instagram friends, like probably thought I had a perfect life. Some people might have been jealous of my life, but no one knew I was going through all that. So don't feel overly jealous and don't compare yourself to someone's highlight reel to your own life. And just you live your own life. And even now, like I try to like share vulnerable moments as a single mom because people, I mean, like we all get jealous of people.
It's very natural.
So don't feel depressed or don't feel like you're not doing enough because other people, their lives look better than yours.
Never know. You never know what's
what they're going
happening.
through.
I think that's a really important message to share. I think there's a lot of high achieving women that kind of like you're saying, or even men, anyone who you're maybe getting married or you're making commitments for the reason of kind of just not checking the box, but more or less kind of, it's a direction that you want to move and being able to like really process and wake up to maybe the reality that that's not exactly what you're looking for. That's not exactly what's making you happy. It takes a lot of bravery. So I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, you talked about also your son and being a mother. I think it's so incredible that you've done what you've done and also as a parent. I'm curious how like being a mom and having a child, how that might have shifted your career ambitions and the way you approach your work over the years.
I think you definitely have less tolerance for bullshit. Like, why am I sitting in this stupid meeting? Working on a go-to-market plan for some dumb product that no one asked for. You know, so I think
it's a bit of a wake-up call to what really matters, right?
Can we not do this? Like literally no one's asking for this. Like let's go build this other thing that everyone's asking for, you know? So that, and then you become, you prioritize way more. Women need to stop planning birthday parties and baby showers for coworkers because no one gets promoted for doing that.
Oh, that usually happens a lot in the workplace, huh? Like it's a lot of extra work.
Unless it's very fun for you or the person that you're throwing a baby shower for is someone that you really want to suck up to. Like someone that you genuinely love. Like stop taking on those unpaid labor within workplace. No one gets promoted that way. So like women need to stop doing that.
Like as a mother, like what were your ambitions in your career kind of maybe before having your son and then now? So I know you've said that it kind of helped you like cut through the bullshit and knowing what's important, but do you think it's also changed maybe like what you were hoping to achieve in your career?
I've always done what I wanted to do, but there are times that I would like stop myself because I have a child. Like for example, when I was going through MBA, I did part-time MBA. I could have totally ran for like class president. And I didn't because I felt like I shouldn't spend that time doing other things. Or I wanted to take a job at McKinsey. Now that I think about it, I should have gone because it would have taught me things that I wouldn't learn in tech. But I didn't choose that job because it was slightly less money, but more importantly, it would require me to travel way more. But I regret doing that because I've only worked in tech. I've only sold digital products. But now that I'm trying to sell physical products, I think having that experience and that credibility, oh, she can do tech, but she can also do traditional industries like CPG, that would have made me a stronger candidate for whatever. But actually me choosing easier paths because I thought I was making him happy or I should act this way as a mother.
Right.
Because I feel like as a society, we gaslight women into thinking, oh, you should feel sorry for leaving your child behind. Like, what career, you know? But actually, the worst career you have the less worth it for you to leave the child. Like you need to actually have a cooler job for you to make it worth it. I think it's worse in Korea society, where I feel so bad leaving the child, and no, actually you thriving and you doing what you want to do with your life is actually going to have a way bigger impact. Because yes, mom chose a life that she wanted to live. Mom chose to live her life the way she wanted to live.
Yeah.
And I want you to also do the same thing. I don't ever want to be like, I gave up my career for you, so therefore please go be a doctor, even though you want to do something else. And like, that's such a bad lesson.
Yeah, yeah.
And no, like everyone deserves to find their own path and go for it instead of sacrificing. I think in Asian culture, like making a sacrifice is such a big virtue.
Yeah.
Don't. You're gonna create resentment, and you're gonna create some sort of expectations from people that you may sacrifice to, and you're gonna get upset, and they may not feel comfortable if they're not giving you certain things.
Yeah, that is so real.
Yeah,
that is so real.
Yeah, just live your life. And,
I love that. I love that the demonstrating to your son or just leading by example, right? Living your life by pursuing what really interests you and what lights you up and what then makes you a better person and also a better mother for him.
Yeah.
So now I want to talk a little bit about your work with Curated Agency, which is the company that you founded. How do you approach this mission of empowering women and helping them become their best selves?
Yeah. So our company mission is actually to make K-beauty mainstream. And I chose every word very carefully because we don't really work with very startup brands. Because like doing seeding, like PR gifting, like all these things are not that difficult to do. You just need time and resource to do it.
Yeah.
And early on, I decided that I'm going to focus on areas of marketing that other people can't easily do. So again, like leaning into my strength and my unique differentiator.
Yeah.
Because not many people have the network and the credibility in both markets. In Korea and the US. I've worked in entertainment. I've worked in creator marketing for a long time. So I have that network.
Yeah.
And I know who to go to if you want to sponsor The Bachelorette. Like, who do we go for that? This kind of goes back to, like in Korea, it's really hard to be a working mother. On top of that, gaslighting from their mother-in-law, like, how could you leave your child, or the society. But also even at work, I think it's much worse there, where didn't she just get married, she's gonna go have a child, so let's not like give her a big project. Like that's way worse there. And it's less hidden in Korea. And I think it's such a loss for the Korean society. And I have friends who want to have children, but they're too scared. Like, what if I take this break and can't ever come back?
Right.
And so it's such a loss for the society.
Yeah.
So I want there to be more money floating around in the Korean economy. And the reason in the US at companies like Spotify, Meta, TikTok, they pay for your egg freezing, all these benefits related to fertility. You totally have a job after going through mat leave. All these things are in place because, let's be honest, we make more money here. These companies have such high margin, they're able to do that. But in Korea, like, I want there to be more money floating around in the economy so everyone can be happier. So that's, I don't know, I'm doing my part with things I know how to do. And that's really fun for me and rewarding.
Yeah, that's very cool. I mean, I would love for you to talk a little bit about maybe like what are some things you're working on now? It's been, you said, like 1 full year. Were there any like standout projects, and then maybe in the future too, things that you're working towards?
Yeah, we have a lot of irons in the fire. But right now, we are Medicube's only marketing agency in North America.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, we do a lot of we work a lot with Hispanic beauty creators, which is something I also have a personal agenda on. I love working with Hispanic beauty creators. Like I've worked with them since my Facebook Live days. I'm not saying everyone, but like those that I've worked with, like they work so hard. They're so sweet. And a lot of them have like crazy stories as it relates to like immigration and like finding their footing. I want to help them. And I think they have such strong communities and which convert. And I think a lot of beauty brands are sleeping on them. And I want to be the one to really bring great Hispanic beauty creators to work with K-beauty brands.
Yeah.
That's like my little side agenda. It's kind of going
Yeah.
back to women's empowerment and all that, and like the diversity.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I want them to all get paid more. I want all of us to make more money. Like you
Yeah.
making more money doesn't take anything away from me. Like I
Right,
want all
right.
my girlfriends to be rich and
Yeah.
and so that's one. And then we have like a few big events that we're talking about in terms of like, because we need to figure out what package we present to the Korean beauty brands and so they can choose as
Yeah.
opposed to tell us your budget, we'll come up with something custom, which is what a lot of these big companies do in the US. And I
Yeah.
think Koreans kind of get paralyzed with that thought of being that creative. So it's our job to like go back and forth and put together a package so
Yeah.
they can easily sign off because we understand what they're looking for.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you've already stated, but you live in this really interesting space of understanding both the Korean market and the US market. What are some, like you've already kind of shared, you feel like people are sleeping on the Hispanic female like makeup creators or beauty creators. Are there any other kind of like trends that you're seeing in the intersection of these two spaces for the coming year?
I think, I mean, this is not a secret. I think Koreans are very good at copying what's winning, and that's given them a lot of edge. And I think it's a good thing to keep doing that if you don't know where to start. It's like similar in content game. Like if you don't know what you're going to do, like look for top performing videos
Right,
in your
right. And
niche
do your
and try
own
to
version.
copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think at the same time, if you want to break out from your herd
Yeah.
and get to the next level, instead of competing with other K-beauty brands, if you want to be competing with Max of the world, you need to do things differently. I think that's where I want to play. Like I want to help them get there. And like, for example, like what worked a few years ago, like Beauty of Joseon, Anua, they all grew big by doing a ton of seeding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't work anymore because us creators have like boxes and boxes of free stuff.
So much stuff. Yeah.
I'm not making content for the toner pad. I have like 20 other toner pads. Like
right.
unless yours has, I don't know, diamonds in it or
Yeah, yeah.
yellow caviar. I don't know, something crazy in
Yeah.
it. Like I'm not even opening them.
Right, right.
Let alone make videos about it.
Right, right.
So that strategy, like what worked in the past, isn't
not
going to work
necessarily
now. But then they're like, oh, that's how they grew big, so we want to do the same thing. Like, no.
Copying, yeah.
Yeah. So like really think critically about where we are and really being empathetic. Like if you're a creator, would you want to make a video about it?
Right, right, right.
And a lot of them like, no, sorry, like the packaging's not cute enough. There's nothing special about this product. And you're not paying me.
Right,
You're sending me some like one cream that takes not much to make and you want me to make 3 videos. Like, do you know what minimum wage is in my county? Like, no thanks, you know?
Right, right.
And that like it also pisses me off in like the other way of like it's probably some men like doing this campaign and they're the ones making money. Like, why do you want me to work for free?
Yeah.
So like it pisses me off in like different part when a brand demands videos as they're sending a product.
What is your, I mean, do you have like a proposed solution or what do you think is like a way out of or to shift that?
I think first like product development, like in Korea, because it's a very homogeneous country, they make something that would work for all the Koreans. Because if you don't win the whole market, like you don't make a lot of money. But in America, actually, like you should make something that's very different and unique, serving a very specific purpose and need. We call this beachhead strategy in tech. Like you need to start there and then expand as opposed to coming up with like 20 SKUs that works for everybody. Because you need a lot of money to do that, play that game.
Right.
In order to really be different, you need to be like pick a pain point and solve that really well.
Yeah.
You're gonna have more success that way.
Got it. So it's like the whole like niche down and find your very specific audience.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd love to talk a little bit now about like AI because I think you've spoken on your platforms about how AI is going to play a role in everything. And I'm curious, is there like what are you most excited about seeing AI impact all the industries that you touch? And then also what are you like the most skeptical about?
So with every technology, I'm very open. And I never understand people, oh, like immigrants are gonna take our jobs or AI is gonna take our jobs. Like instead of like spending all your time worrying and bitching about it, why don't you like learn how to leverage it? So I'd rather spend more time thinking about how can I use AI to save me time and make me more money. And I think all of us should be thinking that way.
Yeah.
And in your job, if you can get AI as a keyword in your LinkedIn or in your resume so you SEO better, you should try to do that. So in my previous role at TikTok, I was the global head of product marketing for creative solutions. And as you can imagine, we have some AI products, and I raise my hand and
Yeah.
like, I want to be on this. So I can have that keyword in my resume.
Right,
Like you
right.
need to be that aggressive to keep getting paid more.
So it's confronting the reality that this is like a big coming wave. Instead of like pushing against it, figure out how to use it in a way that is beneficial for you, but then also maybe within your, because I think a lot of people have maybe some moral or ethical feeling like it is going to take away jobs. Like
Then
what's
go get a job that's controlling that. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Or maybe you can warn people who are like a paralegal whose job might get taken over by them. Like
Yeah.
you can warn them if they're friends, but like really think strategically and
Right,
think a
right.
little bit more selfish. Like
Yeah.
how can I use this to my advantage and for my career and for my family's future?
Right, right.
Yeah.
What's like what are some examples of way that you're seeing people utilize AI?
So on the creative side, I don't
Yeah.
think AI videos are
Not quite there yet.
it's not quite there yet,
Yeah.
but there's no point in completely dismissing it either.
Yeah.
There are ways to improve storyboarding, or if you're going through approval right now, if you're doing an ad, you send them a script.
Yeah.
But imagine if you could, like, unless you're doing a talking video where you don't change scenes, but
Yeah.
if you're doing like a more robust video, like you can generate that using AI.
Yeah.
Like me walking in a sunny sidewalk and on an airplane, like you can generate this to get the approval
Yeah.
more seamlessly.
Yeah.
So you don't have to reshoot. So you're saving time and money before producing something. Like that's something you can lean into.
Yeah.
And you'll be better positioned to make a completely AI generated video when the time comes.
So it's like right now, I feel like the technology of AI is in a good place to help you with things like scripting or like content planning. But when it comes to actually like doing the production, it's not quite there yet.
I don't think so, but also, if you're a company that's developing these video AI technologies on the creation side, you're probably gonna go after the small medium business first, because Coca-Colas of the world have money to actually produce.
Right.
Small
right.
medium businesses need ROAS quickly, and they're more willing to try because they're not as like brand risk isn't there, and creators won't really pay for it. Their willingness to pay is much lower.
Right. Right.
Right? So a lot of them are going after SMBs. And but at the same time, SMB owners are dealing with so many things at the same time.
Right.
So you have to be very good in order to be noticed by them and used by them. The ROI needs to be very clear for them. So again, like back to my point of build something for a specific audience and solve their pain point really well.
Yeah.
So they talk to their friends about it. You know, I loved seeing these like bad bitch vibe AI characters.
Yeah.
Remember that grandma who says, all women are expensive, pick one in your price range and shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Like you and I may not feel comfortable saying that, even though I would feel very comfortable telling it to my girlfriends.
Right. Right. Right.
Who's dealing with a broke boy who, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like in a way, we're removing that safety concern for women
For
because these
identity,
are
yeah.
not real people,
Right.
but still spreading the message that people need to hear. I think that's actually powerful,
Yeah.
even though it was made for entertainment purpose.
Right.
But I love that they're able to say what needs to be said
Yeah.
without the fear of being judged, or I mean, like we could get killed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
not,
yeah.
you know. So I think that's actually in a way empowering. I use ChatGPT so much.
Yeah. Is ChatGPT the one? Because I know there's like Claude, there's like all these other ChatGPTs are good too.
Yeah, because I already paid for it.
Yeah.
And I just have like all the folders. Like it knows me so well.
Yeah.
Like often I'm like knowing everything you know about me
Yeah.
and my history. Why am I
Yeah.
thinking it this way? Or I gave them my entire book.
Oh.
Like
Yeah,
I wrote
yeah.
a book about career, life, and like dating, relationships, and parenting. Like it's like my whole thinking about life basically.
Yeah.
I fed it to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I obviously received a lot of help writing the book as well. Like what would be interesting to people.
Right. Right.
But like it's super helpful because it knows me so well.
Yeah. 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 I've definitely found ChatGPT to be an interesting tool. And I like your messaging that, like I know for some people they can feel some sort of like fear or ethical kind of draw against it, but it is a reality that it is definitely, it's not just happening, it's like changing industries as we speak. So learn how to use it in a way that is to your benefit and be strategic and smart about it.
And also being vocal about the ethics behind it.
Yeah.
I am not personally interested, but I am grateful for people who care.
Yeah.
Because at one point, I cared a lot about politics.
Mm.
I actually majored in political science, thinking I want to be a journalist.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's some people like me who used to care so much. And then after feeling powerless, I just don't care about that at all.
Yeah.
So then I feel burnt out. So I'm grateful that some people out there
are still
care about
looking
this.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I want to wrap up our conversation with a question around what it is like being someone, whether it's because we're women or Asian women, that we're kind of taught to attach our personal self-value, our intrinsic value to achievement and to things that are kind of like check boxes, right? Things that are on paper, having your resume look a certain way, having been, either currently married or been married, having kids, all of that. Like, how have you thought around being able to separate your sense of self-identity from like achievement?
I still very much tie it to my...
Yeah.
I can't
that's real though.
get it
Yeah.
off. Yeah, I can't take it off. And I'm really bad at resting.
Yeah.
But also accepting it is who I am. And it is what made me be this successful.
Yeah.
I have a sense of appreciation for it, but also understanding where that comes from.
Yeah.
Like coming from childhood where I had to prove myself and being a first-gen immigrant myself. Once you understand where that fear and anxiety come from, you can actually free yourself a little bit and have more empathy.
Yeah.
And like kind of like wanting to hug that child version of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also very aware of how I can fix that for my son.
Right.
Obviously, I'm still going to make mistakes because it's my first time parenting.
Yeah.
But I try to catch myself. Like, I purposely don't tell him that I think, like, you're so cute. I don't tell him that. Because I don't want him to, like, feel like he needs to look a certain way to be loved.
Yeah.
Like, the other day, I was telling him, your dad and I are very average height. If you want to get tall, because tall men tend to make more money. I mean, it's like statistics. You need to eat protein. I'm very logical, so I just wanted him to eat meat instead of just noodles. But then it's like I catch myself like, no, like what if he ends up being very average height? I don't want him to have this insecurity. I don't know. I'm just having this conversation in my head like all day long, but like being hyper aware of how you're raising your child, so you don't have that, you don't instill that fear in them. It's something I think about constantly.
Yeah. I mean, I like what you said also about for yourself, recognizing that, or maybe you just came to a point where you kind of like accepted and understanding like, this is how I am. Like I do equate a lot of my personal value to certain levels of achievement. And that's just reflective of what I actually value. And that's like, okay. Because I think the last, maybe 10 years or so, a lot of these like wellness things or like self-development is all around like how to change yourself, how to improve yourself. And I think there comes a place in your life sometimes where you kind of accept things that what you can change, and you accept things that maybe you are going to be a challenge to change, and you just accept that as part of like who you are, and you learn how to work with it. So
I think it's okay to want things.
Like
it would be so cool that I didn't care about how I looked, and I never need anything designer. I would have way more money. But like I feel like I need nice things because I also work so hard. And sometimes I want to be seen in a certain way. And I also understand, I recognize the really wealthy and really cool people don't feel like they need to have a Chanel purse to fit in. But it's like, okay if I like those things.
Right.
If I want to receive certain things from a man I'm dating, doesn't make me a gold digger. I realize this is what I want, and will this person rise up to meet me there? And I think achievement comes in different ways for people. It doesn't have to be a degree or a job title or your net worth or your income. For me, achievement can look like, can I take time off on a Thursday to take my son to an amusement park? Like that freedom matters a lot to me now. And do I have to work with idiots? And not having to do that is awesome for me. So for me, I'd rather take a pay cut, even though I didn't.
Yeah.
But at first, I was totally happy with making less than what I was making at tech.
Right.
Because those things matter so much more to me, to
Right.
my happiness.
Right.
And can I take a vacation to go comfort a friend who's going through a divorce? Like,
Yeah.
that's important to me,
Yeah.
who I am. To me, that's a bigger achievement.
Right.
Having friends and lifelong friends that you can lean on, that you can help, that you can lend a hand, like that makes me love myself more.
Yeah.
Like I like that about myself.
Yeah.
And can I actually have the financial resources and the bandwidth mentally and like job wise
Yeah.
to do that? Like to me, that's an achievement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for being on the show, Sora.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners, and also where they can find you online?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Sora Onni. Onni means older sister. So I feel like I've always been that kind of figure as a very opinionated person. I'm not saying I have all the answers figured out, but like I'm
Right.
here to figure this out together.
Yeah.
Because we're all doing life for the first time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you for having me. This is fun.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Living Well or Trying to. If you don't already, please follow or subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever it is that you get your podcasts. It means so much to me that my new episodes will just pop up in your feed. And if you like what you're hearing and seeing, please leave a rating and review. It means so much for a small content creator like myself in this world that is so saturated now to be able to have some feedback from all of you. As always, I so appreciate you. Thank you for lending me your ears, your eyes, your presence, and your attention, especially in today's world when there are so many other places that you could be giving it to. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I hope to catch you on another episode.